intended for Stoffel. Number 82, Preston Hodge, was right there to knock it away. So it sets up a 3rd down and 5, alluding to the Buffalo defense last year, which was very porous. Thus, a new defensive coordinator.
Check, 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 check. Oh, all right. Hey, there we are. What's up, everybody? I hope you can hear me now. Turned into a little bit of a nightmare. But we're back, man. Football season. Let's go. I'm excited about this. I mean, of course. Who's not excited about this? But, setup, of course, causing problems. Even though we tested it out. So, a little bit late getting to you guys. Sorry about that. NDSU already up by a field goal, 3-0 on Colorado. And, I mean, I think everybody's been talking about it. If you don't know, they are a monster. They're a beast at the FCS level. They know what they're doing. They know how to play. They know how they want to play. I got a ton of respect for them. So North Dakota's going to give CU a little bit of a run here, no doubt about it. But they're going to have to – I mean, Colorado's going to have to score. That is the truth of the season. You know, I think their defense is going to be okay. I think it's going to be better than last year, but they have to score. I mean, that's the only way around it. But anyway, new year, excited to get back into some football streaming. Done a couple Bills podcasts. We'll do a couple other things throughout the year as well. We'll go back. We'll do our Sunday NFL with Sturls. Do some Broncos film breakdown with Coach Mike Sanford. Excited about that. Nice easy throw for Shador on first down to get him get his feet wet. Not much of a gain, but you know. Let's talk unis because I think those are hot, and I like their classic unis, so I hate that they don't go with them as much as they used to, but I think these unis are sick. Got to be able to run the ball this year. And, listen, man, remember I'm going to be behind you because we're on Twitch, so there's a given delay. Buffs got to run the ball this year, man. They really do. It's the number one way to slow down that defensive line from just pass rushing and coming upfield. And especially against a team like NDSU, you got a size advantage, you got a strength advantage, you got a speed advantage. You got to pound the rock here. So good to see on the first drive that they are getting to it. Let's get this tweeted out. What do you say, huh? Little option play. Want him to make that decision just a little bit quicker, probably, but. Oh, look at us. We got mental health guy in the room giving out subs. We got Cuban Betty hanging out. Talk a little CU football with us. Cuban Betty, are you a Buffs guy, or has all this Buffs talk over the last year drained you? And yeah, mental health guy's the man. He just drops subs on that channel all the time. Appreciate that. Like the way this offense is looking so far. Not looking like a Pat Shurmur offense, if I'm being totally honest. What is the floor and ceiling for Colorado this year for mental health guy? Well, listen, I think when you have a culture like they have, Hunter, get it. Let's go. Touchdown, CU. Touchdown, Colorado. Shout out to our guy, Mark Johnson. I worked with him for a long time. Hope he's doing all right. But love to see that 41-yard touchdown catch from Travis Hunter. Get out of here, Cuban Benny. So you do this. CU has made you tired, Cuban Benny. you are not here for some CU talk. Listen, man, I truly believe talent-wise, their ceiling is the college football playoff. Like, they can win the Big 12. Do I think they'll win the Big 12? No. But I do think they can win the Big 12. I think that's their ceiling. As far as what's their floor, when you have a culture like they have, which I'm not slamming it. It's never been my style of culture, right? So when you have a culture like they have that is based around winning and based around swag and based around talking noise and all that stuff, right? Like they bring attention onto themselves. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And you got to just kind of accept that. The problem is when things start going bad, it unravels really fast. And I think that's what you saw happen last year. When you lose that swagger, that belief in the room, it makes it really hard to motivate those guys when all the things that you're telling them was going to come true aren't now coming true. And I think that's why you saw that precipitous drop last year. After they lost the Stanford game. I think they kind of expected to lose those first couple games that they lost. Oregon, USC, I think, was right after that. Like, I think they expected to lose those games. But then to lose that Stanford game, I think that's where everything started coming unglued a little bit. And like I said, when you have that kind of culture, it's hard. You know, when you have the North Dakota State culture, it's we're going to grind, we're going to every day, you know, we're going to make it hard to play against us. And it doesn't matter if we're 0-10 or 10-0, you're going to hate the 60 minutes you're on the field against us. You want to tell me if CU has that? Because I don't know. I don't think they do, you know? So, yeah, I mean, their floor could be 2-3 wins just like last year. Because the whole thing could unravel and could fall apart. And if it does, it'll be what's really interesting about this Colorado team is it doesn't matter if they're good or they're bad. It's a story either way, because it is going to be a freaking story if we're talking about, you know, is Prime staying around? How do you have two, you know, Heisman candidates and not win? Either way, this year it'll be a story, whatever happens. I think the least story that'll be is if they win 6 games and go to a bowl. So yeah, that Stanford loss was brutal last year. I mean, it was in a lot of different ways too. It was really brutal. I agree with you, Cuban Benny. So I was a kid for all that, for like the Barnett years and the New Heisel years, and like you know that game against Nebraska Thanksgiving weekend, like I was gospel, man. I used to go up there, like it was crazy how far they fell, and I hope Prime does something here, and even if he does leave, then maybe sets it up where one of his guys that he thinks deserves a head coaching job takes the head coaching job here, and they can remain relevant. But it is definitely fun to see them back in the spotlight, if you ask me. This is being annoying. Why is this being annoying? Come on, man. It's my first stream. Can I catch a break here? Nothing's working. Everything's all crazy. Yeah, I hated the BCS since I was a kid because of that. Because of all that. Ugh. But yeah, man, Chris Brown and trying to remember other names that are escaping me at the moment, but Rashawn Salam when I was real young. So, what do you think of these unis, Cuban Benny? Bobby Purify, hell yes. Yeah. Zim calling Bobby Purify. Whew. It's good. It's a good pull. Yeah, that's why I used to play. Spent a lot of time playing college football 25. That's why I used to play NCAA football so much, and I would just run the ball like crazy because of guys like Bobby Purify and Chris Brown and all them. All right. I think the defense needs to settle down a little bit here. I mean, they're ripping. Ooh, you all right? They're ripping off 10-yard chunks. You know what I mean? Like, not great. D's got to settle down a little bit. All right. So 1st and 10 for me on the 35. NDSU's pushing here. Yeah, I mean, still 7 yards a carry. Like, yee. Get it under control. Trying to get this tweeted out. Sorry, guys. Quick slant. So just over. It's easy right now for them. Yeah, and this Cam Miller kid, I think, has been around for I think this is his 3rd year starting or something like that. Yeah, there you go. Get a little fired up. Even if it's manufactured. I can't decide if I love or hate these uniforms. I'm like real swayy on it because they're pretty sick. The white outlines is what I can't decide if I love or I hate. But I always love when they go all black. The CU student section T-shirts with "We Black Out" with CU highlighted. Some of my favorite T-shirts of all time. Man. Yeah, Miller's just eating them up right now. Got to hold him to another 3 at least. Mental health guy, if you're still here, what do you think the ceiling and floor is for CU? Still just wide open. Yeah, 27-yard gain. Come on. Nice tackle for loss. All right, Cuban Benny says, I was at a party. Someone screamed out, who's got the best QB in the country? I yelled, Craig Oaks. But then Joe Klatt walked in. Really? It was like accidentally loudly singing the wrong name when happy birthday. Yeah. Dude, that's funny. Was that at a party at CU, I assume, then? That's pretty funny. Mental health guy. Do you think FSU has to run the table after the loss? No, not with the new CFP format. Games against Clemson, Florida, Miami, Notre Dame, among others. Can they afford to drop any of those? Yes, I do. I think so. I don't think you can afford to lose to another no-name if you're FSU, but if you lose to one of those contenders who ends up winning the ACC and makes it in, I think you're fine. They'll get a little bit of grace for the game being over in Ireland, I think. And man, people forget so much. You know what I mean? Like, wide open. Oof. People forget so much over the year. Like, we put so much emphasis on these first couple weeks. Touchdown Bison, by the way. 7-yard touchdown pass. People put so much emphasis on these first couple weeks because the record is 0-1 or 1-0. You know what I mean? And you've been thinking about this game all off season and so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden there's a loss or two and people put a lot of stock in that. Man, by the time December, November rolls around, nobody's going to be talking about Georgia Tech FSU. Not if they win 10 games and, you know, and take care of their business, you know. Okay, let's see. All right, we're going to take the commercial break with them here so we can turn pre-roll off. We'll be back in a couple minutes. And if you're on YouTube, you're still with me. And I love you. Hi, YouTube. I hope everybody's having a wonderful night, despite the fact that North Dakota just scored. Hey, D-Mac's doing a watch along too. Well, thanks for watching mine. If you're watching mine, I appreciate that. Okay. Are we back? Yes, we're back. What's up, everybody? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hope everybody had a nice off season. I was going to stream a little bit during the off season, and I was just enjoying the break. I got to be honest. But we're back. Football season's back, so we're back. You know what I mean? All right, CU's got to answer here. No, I don't think Ole Miss can win the SEC, and I think it's a bummer their schedule is as hard as it is this year. I really do. It would have been a lot of fun if they had like a more accessible schedule. And we all like a redemption story. I mean, I don't. There's people who hate Lane Kiffin. I don't. There's things he did I didn't like, but I think he's a good football coach. So it's fun to have somebody different in there. You know what I mean? I think it's what we all want. At least it's what I want. So you know what I mean? So we'll see. But I think their schedule is too tough. Oh, I feel like my stream is getting delayed here. Don't love that. Don't love that. All right. Well, I think my stream is getting messed up here. Let's check and see, huh? What did I miss here? What are the other stories in college football that you guys care about? I think Ole Miss is a really interesting one. I'm not as intrigued by Florida State. Though I do think the ACC as a whole is interesting because they get a lot of grief for not being a good conference, and I think they. I mean, I think you could have a national champion come out of there this year with Miami, but I think there's a couple of schools that are good in there. I think Clemson falling apart has hurt them, but give me your thoughts on the LSU Tigers. You think will make the playoff? Listen, there's going to be a 3-loss SEC team that makes the playoffs. So, in fact, outside of the automatic bids, they might take up all of them. Right? They might take up all the so-called wild cards. So yeah, I mean, listen, anybody's got a chance at the playoff. I think that's the beauty of the 12-team playoff. And I'm going to say out loud, I'm not mad about that either. I love that. Because like last year, LSU started slow, came on, and just couldn't overcome those early season losses. But you put them in a playoff last year, maybe they make a run at it. You know what I mean? So it's I think it's a much better situation for everybody. In terms of LSU this year, man, it's so hard for me to talk preseason college football until I can actually sit and watch the teams because of the transfer portal and everything. It's just every team is so different. It's really hard to say. You can speak in generalities, but anybody who talks like they actually know, unless they have insider access and can actually go watch practices, which you're not really allowed to do unless you are invited. It's really hard to talk preseason college football. So, what is going on with my stream right now? Oh, good. It just glitched, and I missed a 70-yard touchdown to Jimmy Horn. That's probably what Cuban Benny was celebrating, huh? Yeah, I thought it was weird. But hey, listen, this is what this offense is going to need to be this year, right? I mean, just bombs away. You know what I mean? And it's good for those wide receivers, all those wide receivers that they brought in, and it's good for Shador, and what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know what I mean? Like, it's exactly what you want to see. So, love that. I'll take those 70-yard touchdown passes all day. Love that. Steps up in the pocket. A little bit of a duck. Doesn't get it all. Doesn't get the whole thing into it, but all you got to do is get it there, right? Yeah, and I need to watch it closer, Cuban Benny, but, here, this is a good replay. Yeah, so you like Shador stepping up in the pocket, right? Because Shador stepping up in the pocket says, I know what I'm seeing. I know he's going to come open. I need one more second. I'm going to step up in the pocket and try to get it there instead of trying to escape and make a play. If you're escaping and making a play, you're not seeing that guy open. So, yeah. And here's the other thing, Cuban Benny. I thought about this kind of from the 1,000-foot view that I don't think gets talked about enough is, to your point, they will be doing everything they can to make him the 1 or 2 pick. Yes, they will. And you can call it nepotism. It's fine. Like, if you want to bash them a little bit for that, I don't have a problem with you doing it. But he's also real good. You know what I mean? So does that mean that he's a great quarterback and will be at the next level? I don't know. But he's a real good college player. And so, I think there's reason for them to do that, I guess is what I'm saying. But what I've been thinking a lot about is, this is the only team you take with you. I work with a guy, Tyler Columbus, who was on like 3 or 4 NFL teams, and he likes them all, and he still goes back when the Washington Redskins have an alumni thing, or the Seattle Seahawks have an alumni thing, or I think he went back to the Falcons once. And of course he was on the Broncos too. And, he talks about those teams like they were his jobs, and they were. But that's not how he talks about CU, because this is what you take with you for the rest of your life. You're a Buffalo forever. And I think what's really cool is these guys, even if they're coming in here for 1 or 2 years, they're Buffs forever, man. And Deion Sanders might be, coaching somewhere else or long gone or dead or whatever. But when they do a reunion at Folsom Field, Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders are coming back. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna be Buffs. They're Buffs forever. They're Coloradans forever. And I think that's kind of cool. So, Cuban Benny says, unless you are one of those prime Buffs who are on 2 or 3 teams, whoever pays more. No, I mean, I get that. But even if they do, like, Shador and Travis are going into the draft next year. And even these NIL babies, I mean, if they finish here, when they announce their names on Sunday Night Football, it's going to be University of Colorado. And when they invite guys back on their bye week and that kind of thing, Shedeur Sanders is coming to this game, and unless his dad's coaching somewhere else, maybe. But you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just cool that those guys are part of it. Mental health guy, I'm going to go back to your comment here because we were on a little bit of a rant there. I am conflicted on the expanded CFP. I think it's good to keep more teams and players engaged and trying throughout the season, but honestly, I don't think we have that many quality potential national championship teams every year. I think last year was an outlier. I think that's fair. I don't think there's 12 national championship contenders every year, but I think there's 6. I think there's 6 every year. And I think there's 1 or 2 teams that I wouldn't consider a national title contender, but I would say put them in because I want to see. You know what I mean? And so what I think they did really smartly was your top 4 teams, your teams that would have made the old CFP, they all get a bye. You get a free win, advance to the next round. And then the 8 teams below them, they play each other to figure out who's got the nasty, who's got the goods to actually play for it. And I love that it's that kind of play-in style. I also love that first round of games they put at home stadiums. That's awesome to me. So, first week of December or something like that, we're going to have, Tulane versus Michigan in the Big House for a shot at one of those bowl games. I think that's really cool. I really dig that. So I like the new format. Do you have 12 teams every year that are deserving? No. But are there 14 teams in the NFL that are Super Bowl contenders every year? No. but I'll watch it. And you'll watch it. We'll all watch it together. I'll bet money on it. You know what I mean? So I like it. Overall, I like it a lot. Cuban Benny says, oh, yeah, college is a different thing altogether. Those pro teams are really just jobs. And even more so, Cuban Benny, when you talk to pro athletes about even the teams that treat them well, you still have that, like, feeling in the back of your head that it's a business. And maybe that changes more with NIL now, but when you leave a college, most of the time you don't leave because they tell you to go away. It was kind of why what Prime did was such a big deal. Normally they don't tell you to go away. Normally you leave because you run out of time or you get drafted. And so, mental health guy. Yeah, we'll watch it, but the gap between NFL teams compared to college teams is usually a lot smaller. Yeah, but you've got a bigger pool that you're picking from. You know what I mean? So you're only picking from 32 NFL teams. You're picking from 130 something FBS Division I teams. You tell me you can't find 12 that are worth watching for a couple weeks, try to win a national title. And some years it's just going to be like it has been for other years here, where, you just know Georgia's going to steamroll everybody, or you just know Alabama's going to steamroll everybody. And if they do, they do. But if someone earns the right, I like the fact that they get the chance to go for it. And I love the fact that, I'm here in Colorado. Me and Cuban Benny here in Colorado. I don't know. He might take this as slander. But I love the fact that Colorado State, they're live for it. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Probably not ever. But they're live for it. And so, Jay Norvell up at Colorado State can walk into his guys before they go play number 4 Texas this week and say, you want to play for a national title? Go take it. Go take it. They are no bigger of a long shot than these NDSU kids are to beat Colorado. So, I just think that's so cool. Yeah, exactly, Cuban Benny. I think that's awesome. And whether it's that Boise State team who surprises Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl, or the Western Michigan team who won, or whoever. Tulane put up that fight against USC. I don't think they won. I think they ended up losing that game. But the point is just, I think it's cool those teams have a shot now. And if you get blitzed by Michigan because you don't have, 15 5-stars and 30 4-stars, then you get blitzed by Michigan. But you can say you made it. In my career, playing football, like saying you made it is still an accomplishment. Not everybody goes to Michigan. You know what I mean? So, I turned around my high school football team. We made the playoffs. Did we do anything? No, but it was, an accomplishment to say we turned that team around. We got into the high school football playoffs. And then when I was with Hofstra, I was coaching. But, that was a bad football program. And we turned it around and made the FCS playoffs. So, I think that's worth something. All right, you got to figure out a way to stop. I can't believe I'm saying this. You got to figure out a way to stop this NDSU offense. And it always takes the defense, I think, a little bit longer to get used to the physicality. Because you don't have that and you don't have preseason. So, like in college football, running the offense is harder. And there's a point in camp. They talk about it in the NFL all the time. There's a point in camp where it flips. At the very beginning, while the offense is learning routes and where to go and timing and all that kind of stuff, the defense has the advantage because it's instinctual. You know what you're doing. You just see ball, hit ball, make sure you do your job. And then there's a portion of camp where it flips, where the offense starts to figure out their timing and figure out what they're doing. And the defense can't be over aggressive, can't be full speed hitting, and offense starts dominating in NFL camp. And you mitigate that a little bit by playing actual games and having joint practices. You don't have that in college. So I feel like the first week or two of the college football season, there's definitely some like getting your feet wet, for lack of a better term, and getting these defensive guys hunting. You know what I mean? Playing nasty. Oh, go get it. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah, that's a backbreaker in like a different kind of way. That's a bummer. 3rd and 2. Well, let's run another commercial here. Get that pre-roll turn back off. Actually, you're both subscribers now, right? So when I run commercials, you're both still with me. How about that? All right. Well, Cuban Benny, I appreciate you hanging out around the channel. I hope hope you enjoy the watch-alongs. I hope you enjoyed me talking with Sturls a little bit. I know we did Buffalo Bills the other day. Going to get together with Coach Sanford and do some Broncos breakdowns on Monday nights, and we'll do a around the league NFL preview on Sunday. So I hope you turn into a regular, dog. Still haven't seen Milkman. He was a regular last year. Like to talk a lot of junk. But he was a big Alabama fan, so now he's got to deal with new coach. You know what I mean? Might not be ready for all that noise. Dang, I wonder if they cleaned out followers. I lost a bunch of followers. They do that every once in a while. That sucks. But hey, you know what? I got mental health guy and Cuban Benny, and that's all I need. I also, every once in a while, randomly play video games on here, so don't judge me. Is it just me or the commercials longer this year? What the hell's going on? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, seeing when the dynasties end. I, as a Buffalo Bills fan, not only watching the Patriot dynasty end, but then choking the life out of them at the end. You know what I mean? Oh, we like spanked them one night on Monday Night Football, and it felt so good. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think Kalen DeBoer's a good coach, but if mental health guys, Tigers, choke the life out of the Alabama dynasty, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Wide open. Unbelievable. He stepped out of bounds. That's unbelievable. Come on, guys. Mizzou up 28-0 on Murray State. Some people think they got a shot this year at making that playoff. And that's kind of the cool thing too, right? Like Mizzou might make it last year, if we're being completely honest. Mizzou might make it into the CFP last year. And it'll just be cool to see new names like that, you know? God, do not give up a touchdown here. What are we doing? Oh, my stream is just sucking right now. Come on now. Wide open. Oh, NDSU. Well, you knew it wasn't going to be easy. But I could do without NDSU scoring touchdowns and taking the lead. My buddy just texted me. He loves the unis. Yeah, you didn't ever say, Cuban Betty, what you thought of those uniforms. Like I said, I always love the all black. Thank you, Cuban Betty. I am, in fact, a rock star. I want to make sure everybody knows it. So just like those NBA players who sit there with it off the mic stand. I mean, listen, I'd love to have it on the mic stand, but the arm keeps swinging down, and it's really annoying. And that's why that was one of the things that I was going to invest in a new one, and I still haven't done because money. So I decided for right now, I'm just going to hold it. I'll probably go back to the mic stand at some point, but luckily for you, I can't sing. Oh, this stream is getting very frustrating. I like the uni. It's pretty cool, but not too far off from the classic. Yeah. I don't know. The black helmets, they did matte black helmets. God, what was that, like 10 years ago? I thought they did. Maybe they didn't. I never liked the shiny black helmets. I've always been a matte guy. I prefer matte to like the shiny. I think it's cool. They got, I mean, I guess that's the flat irons on them. I would assume that was what they were going for. The white face masks I dig. I think that's better than what they had last year. I don't think they had white face masks last year. And then I do love what they've done with the gold. Prime like came in and was like, no, this needs to be flashy gold. Like not just like mustard with some speckling of glitter in it. I need gold. I love that. I did, Cuban Benny. I did. I did steal a mic stand. I didn't. So they were talking about how they were going to get rid of some mics, and I was going to take one of the mics that they were getting rid of that is super expensive. And then they had second thoughts about that, which they should have. So I have a nicer mic stand that'll get mounted right here soon. Someday. But I don't have a mic for it. It's a different type of mic. It's not a handheld. Did EA do college football justice in your opinion? I think EA did as well as I expected them to, bringing a game out of retirement, because you are going to have a lot of opinions and expectations about what that game is going to be. It's like, just an outside run here, homie. Oh, what are you doing? It's going to be close. Now you got to get a stop. So you don't want to sneak it into the middle, which is why he audibles. Maybe that's a read play. I just don't love that. Sorry, I got distracted. Mental health guy. EA. Yeah, so I thought they did as well as they could do with the expectations that people were going to have on that game. I like the game. I think there's a lot of problems with it. It is glitchy. It is the sims are not good. The crazy plays that happen are just out of this world. It happens all the time. The recruiting's a little bit broken. I think everybody Like, it's not even worth recruiting 3 stars in Dynasty because, like, you can just fill up your team with 3 stars at the end of it, and that's crazy. They need to make it harder to get 4 stars. I think they did 5 stars, right? But so all in all, I think they did a good job. I think it's going to be better next year or the year after, as they have a template to build on. I think it's going to turn into a really nice game. So. God, CU just depressed me so much. Come on, man up. Oh, God, you let him end up getting 3 yards. Okay, Cuban Benny. I think people are just happy to have NCAA back. They put more into that. They put more into it than they do for Madden. I don't know if by they you mean EA or the fans. I agree with you if you say the fans. I think EA. I think EA had to put a ton into it this year because they were so they're rebooting it, and when you reboot it, takes time. It takes a lot of manpower to get it right. But now that they have a template over the next couple of years, I think it could turn into a really good game. But as far as the fans go, I freaking love it, and I think there's a lot of people in our generation that, that's what we grew up playing. So I will always buy college football, and like I think I bought like 2 Madden games in that decade where there was no college football game. It's just not the same. I like went in and tried to play seasons and dynasties in Madden. It's just not the same. Mental health guy. I also needed you to stop letting Sterling run wild because Michigan finally got one and beat Ohio State a few times. What do you mean run wild? First of all, nobody checks that man like I do. Let's be crystal clear about that. Ain't nobody in his life checked that man like I do. Second of all, what do you mean run wild? He hadn't even been doing nothing. Just a little respect, you know what I mean? He loves his big blue, and that's fine. I want you to love your team. That's why I love Bronco fans. Cuban Benny. We'll see if it becomes just $70 a year for a roster update like Madden. Yeah, that's true. I think in like 5 years it could become that, Cuban Benny. I think the next year or two they're gonna make significant improvements to it that are flaws to the game now. So I think the game's gonna get a lot better over the next 2 years. Oh man, almost had him. Oh, Shiloh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, that was frustrating. Like, the ball's not even close to him. What are you doing, Shiloh? Of course you're going to get a flag on that. Woof. That's bad. Oh, that makes me so angry. Oh, there he is. There's the man. There's the man that I have missed greatly and don't even want to talk to. And you're definitely not a legend. But hey, Milk, it's good to have you back. We've talked about you a couple times, too, since you've been gone. Oof. Easy, Cuban Benny. Easy. Milk, on this channel, I do a hour and a half long podcast on Tuesday nights talking about the Bills. This is college football. We're talking about college football here. So, go ahead. If you want to talk shit, you can have like 2 seconds to talk shit, but I'm not entertaining one of your diatribes about how you don't know about football. And you think Josh Allen is trash or whatever you're going to say. I wonder if these are a little bit of makeup calls here. It's interesting that they've had a couple of penalties back to back. Yeah. I mean, it's a good call. It is a holding, but you can do it every play if you wanted, you know? So 2nd and goal from the 20. What are we at? Yeah, 21. Oh, that's wild. Nope, from the 20. Oh. Go ahead, Milk. Don't write out a freaking paragraph. Go ahead, say what you want to say, and then you can come and join me and Sterls. Talk Buffalo Bills on Tuesday night, or you can join us for the Sunday NFL pregame. What about Stephon? Spelled his name wrong, but go ahead. I assume you mean Stephon Diggs and not Stephon Gilmore, which that's how you spell Stephon Gilmore, I'm pretty sure. But Stephon Diggs is a F. For a better QB. All right, well. I mean, you didn't go play for Brock Purdy, so. So, whatever, man. There you go. From what I've heard from insiders in Buffalo, it was a deteriorating relationship. The people who were speculating on that were right, which was disappointing. But if it's a deteriorating relationship and you got to make the move, you got to make the move. Six-point lead. I might bet Colorado here. This might be time. Might be time to put in a little CU bet here. Let's take a look. Colorado minus 2.5 right now is minus 125. No, I'm going to sit on it a little bit longer. How you feeling about Kalen DeBoer there, Milkman? Saw what writing on the wall? You're so bad at talking shit because the things that you say are ridiculous. 1, and 2, what writing on the wall? Like, it doesn't make sense half the time. But yeah, tell us how you feel about Kalen DeBoer. Tell us how you feel about those demoed Alabama Crimson Tide. Said, Mama, take 2 of them flapjacks back. I got to stay hungry for the Crimson Tide. All right, I'm going to run a commercial. Oh, boy. Milkman coming in with some heat. Coming in with some heat. I don't think you can hear us right now, but we'll address it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I gotta get my computer back in streaming shape here. She's struggling. I don't think it's my computer. All right, everybody, welcome back. Cuban Benny, don't fall for it. This is what he does. He's a troll. He's a flamer. You can take that however you want. He's an Alabama fan, a San Francisco fan, and all he wants to do is talk noise. So don't fall. You sent him the hot take thing. Don't fall for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, don't fall for it. I don't know. I'm sure your mom or, maybe some lady who's desperate somewhere loves you. But you're always welcome here. I don't know if I'd say love, but you're always welcome here. I got to text Sturls and tell him everybody's talking shit about him. All right, so I think the guy. I like the guy, and I think we'll win the SEC this year and the Natty. When's the last time you didn't pick Alabama to win the SEC and the Natty? These are the kind of questions, Cuban Benny, that you have to ask him when he says ridiculous things. Which, I mean, granted, Alabama winning the SEC and the national title is not ridiculous, but he does say some ridiculous things, and you have to work it out a little bit. You know what I mean? Let's see, Milkman, Rob, for real though, first week matchup this week are effing insane. You mean like just the games that there are? I don't disagree with that. Oh, in fact, that makes me think about North Carolina, Minnesota that I wanted to put on my second screen here. Is anybody watching that? What's the score of that one? Oh, stay on your feet, 5. I like Jimmy Horn. I'm a fan of his. I hope he does well. Yeah. LSU USC is massive. There's a couple good games. Next week, I think, is the one it's either next week or the week after that's real bad. There's like no good matchups. But I think this is a consequence of the 12-team playoff too. Like, I know these games were booked a long time ago, but I think you're going to start seeing this. Teams not afraid to play these big games weeks 1, 2, 3 against, non-conference opponents, because a loss doesn't kill you like it used to. And so I think you get some better matchups, which I'm psyched about. I hope that is how it turns out. Nothing, North Carolina, Minnesota in the first quarter. Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get. T.O. Oh. he just popped up on my screen. I was like, T.O., what do you mean Terrell Owens? Ugh. Okay, well, now you got to come up with a real stop, CU, not like a fake. We'll hold you to a field goal stop. Man, that is. God, you are supposed to be bigger, stronger, and faster than all of these guys. Not great. Milkman, maybe someone will show themselves in a bad way like Florida State. Even if they do show themselves in a bad way, Milk, it just doesn't affect you the same way that it used to. You know, you used to have to go undefeated. I think I mentioned this earlier with mental health guy. I think there's a 3-loss SEC team that's going to make it in this year. It's just the way it's going to work. So, Dingleberries, we back. What's up, dog? I missed y'all. Look at the little reunion we got going on here, huh? Yeah. Oh, did they get that ball? Was that out? Oh, I wish my stream would stop cutting out so I could actually know. That would be great. No, it's certainly not Dingleberries. What is happening right now? Oh, my stream is going to make me jump off a freaking cliff. All right, let's see. Yeah, Cuban betting. I love that you can lose a game or two and not be out of it. I really do. I think that's a nice little side effect. Because, like, you still have, it's still only 12 spots. You know what I mean? And I don't want them to go any further. Like, don't turn this into the NCAA tournament. Don't turn this into you can have 10 losses and make it in. What is happening right now? New season and another natty. Rob, you know how it is. Yeah, somebody will win the national championship. You're absolutely right, Milkman. That might be the most correct statement you've ever made in your entire life. Barry. I think, didn't I assign you something that I was going to call you so I didn't have to say dingleberries every time I talked about you last year? I think I did. The defense not looking much better this far. No, they are not. No, they are not. After the passing start, was sad to see 4 runs in a row. Yeah, but their defensive line is starting to work your offensive line a little bit too. I just got a text from my buddy who's like, doesn't look like they've gotten better in either of the trenches. Like, that is not ideal. How many of you guys playing college football 25? That's really the important question here. These are the things we need to be talking about. You know what I mean? I didn't either. And then I bought College Football 25 and put in 100 hours on the PS5. You know what I mean? All right, we're going to try to switch streams here because this one is booty. It's cheeks. How many national titles have you won, mental health guy? That's the question. I've won a national. So we have a rule. So the way that my boy and I do it is you have to sim. Well, I altered the rules a little bit because their simulator is so bad. But you can only play 2 games a year and then conference championship and bowl game. And then you have to simulate the rest of them. And then when you win a national title, you have to leave. And then when you leave, you have to pick a school 1.5 stars or lower. We used to say D or lower, but 1.5 stars or lower. And so I have won a national title with UNLV, Kennesaw State, Ball State, South Florida, and UConn. Because I have a problem. Yeah, I was never a Madden guy, Barry. Gotta be honest. And I like pro football more than I like college football, but I was just never a Madden guy. Oh, you won a national championship with Bama? That must have been so hard, Milkman. Loser. Yeah, of course you could go in there and win a national championship with Bama. How stupid is that? Why would you even play Dynasty? None. No creative players allowed. Real rosters only. I like the challenge, dog. Like I'm a give me the challenge guy. So, no Heisman. That's what I'm saying. I put in way too many hours. It's not healthy. Yeah, be impressed. Be impressed. My buddy, who I used to make those rules with, he's got kids, so he can't get on as much. And I swear he's avoiding starting a dynasty with me because he just doesn't want to have to play by the rules because he knows I'll be a stickler about it. But I did change some of them because, like, I was sick of losing to FCS schools. So you can't force a win, but you can re-simulate until you win it. So I'll allow that. And then, like, if there's my rule was if there was a 10+ point difference in team, scores, that I'd let you re-simulate. So I did cheat a little bit, but their sim is so bad, dude. The sim is so broken. So what is happening? Ugh, woof. Oh, Sterls is aware. He knows you're talking noise about him. This is super frustrating right now. Michigan will lose to Texas. Is that a matchup? What week is that a matchup? All right. I really need you to do something here at the end of the half. I'm not going to lie to you. Got North Carolina, Minnesota on too. Game in the first quarter. Still nothing as well. So it seems like I'm 2 or 3 plays behind right here. But at least the stream's working now, so that's good. Week 3 for Texas, Bama. Or Texas, Michigan. That'll be a fun game. Maybe I'll stream that one. I'm in an online Madden league that has been going with the same 25-ish guys around the country for 10 years. Jesus, Cuban Benny. And the other teams kind of rotate, but it's always a full league. Really? That's crazy. So you get 32 guys, and then what? You do just like a week or a week a day? Like, how long does it last? You know what I mean? I don't have enough people that would actually commit to doing something like that. I would love to do something like that, but I don't have enough people that would commit to something like that. What are your rules? 48-hour advance. That's good. I hate this commentator so much. I really do. Ugh. He makes mistakes all the time. He like tries to be a bro. I can't do it. I can't do it. You have to throw that back to the line of scrimmage. That was a terrible decision. Are they not going to throw a flag? He's in the pocket and didn't throw it back to the line of scrimmage. Is that different in college? Maybe that's different in college than it is in the NFL. I'll admit the basis of the rules I know are all NFL rules. That was big. I would use a timeout there. Yeah. So now you got one, maybe two plays. You could run like maybe an out. Maybe an out. Maybe like a deep shot. Deep shot's going to be tough, though. You'd have to run the deep shot first to make sure you have enough time for the out. And I don't know how far your kicker is good from. You probably need extra yardage, so you probably don't go for the shot play. I might, but I'm crazy aggressive like that. So often coaches, make it so they have 4 seconds left to kick the field goal. You need 1 second. And, yes, you're playing with fire, but you're also down 6 to an FCS team right now, so you know what I mean? $57-yard field goal from here. So, yeah, you definitely have to pick up some yardage. Which ones are you referring to, Milk? The headsets or what? Oh, timeout. See if they put it to like 3 or 4 seconds, you can maybe try to run a fade or something, but you probably have to just kick the field goal here. I mean, FCS guys right in Sanders' face. Headsets I love the 2-minute warning. I was so happy they put that in. Should have happened years ago. And I don't know. I get that you get a ton of extra time with the clock stopping on first downs, but yeah, give me the 2-minute warning. And then the headsets. I mean, how stupid was all the signal stuff for so long? Yes, these guys are going to. I don't know. I mean, I've had to listen to baseball guys and college football guys and these old heads forever tell you, oh, it's part of the game. If you're getting your sign stolen, that's on you, blah, blah, blah. All this. It's stupid, man. It's stupid. It's not 1950. So, yeah, give them headsets. I'm fine with it. I don't care. It's not expensive. Freaking high schools have them. You know what I mean? All right, 2017 at halftime. Got to know how you're feeling if you're a Buffs fan. I would call myself a Buffs fan, and I would tell you that I am very concerned about what's happening right now. I did not bet on this game, Milk. I did not like the line. I've been watching to see if I wanted to take a halftime line or something like that, but I have not seen anything that I like so far. So, do they call it the 2-minute break, Cuban Benny? I haven't even seen that. No, they can't have that 2-minute warning. How could they have that trademark? That'd be crazy. That'd be funny. All right, gonna take a little break here. I am going to throw up the commercial and run some ads and take a little halftime break. Go get some food or whatever, and then meet you guys back here. So we'll see you in a little bit. Be right back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope y'all went to the bathroom, got yourself a little bit of food. My fat ass is doing like a fast, so I don't eat till 7 o'clock at night. So I hadn't eaten anything today. So I didn't get to cook dinner, but that halftime break afforded me the opportunity to go pound some cheese and some Olive Bar. Which, not the most healthy, but not the worst either. But yeah, hope you had time to get a drink, go to the bathroom, get some food. You know the deal. Looks like Minnesota and North Carolina just went to halftime too. No, still in the second. I hate how they do that. ESPN only putting the scores of the games that they have on their network up on the ticker. Annoying. Very annoying. Come on. It's stupid. I got to jump through this many hoops to see the score of the North Carolina game. All right. It is 6-0 with 11 minutes left in the second. Milk took a little action. Okay, you said you took North Dakota by 7. Do you mean North Dakota with 7? Because if you bought that line all the way into giving 7 points with North Dakota, that is crazy. Because it was a 10-point line. So that would mean that you bought 17 points. Which would be nuts. Milk. Rob, you should take North Carolina versus Minnesota. Yeah, I think North Carolina's got the better team overall. But like I said, Milk, I don't know if you were here for it, but I told mental health guy, like, it's just hard to talk preseason college football. You can't watch. There's no preseason games. You can't watch practice. There are very few reporters that get the ability to go in and watch practice, get invited at most places. So you're just kind of guessing. And then with the transfer portal and so many guys changing teams, it's just hard to tell. Like, I try not to bet too much college football in the first week unless I've got eyes on the game. You know what I mean? Which, I did last week. Let's see, what did I bet last week? I bet Nevada plus 23.5, and then when they were keeping it close, I bet SMU plus 1.5 later in the game. Middled that and won. And then I bet Delaware State plus 39.5, and when they were keeping that game close, I bet Hawaii minus 15.5 and won both those too. So if I got eyes on the game, it's one thing. Because you can get, especially in college football, I think you can kind of get a flow and bet in game. And middling like that, I love to do. But in terms of just like sight unseen betting North Carolina over Minnesota, big meh on that. Oh, it's Modelo Cerveza kickoff week. How about that? All right. Show them that Pac-12 After Dark lineage here. Colorado. I think the big thing here is I need to see the two lines start to dominate a little bit. And you wear on people over the course of a game. You know what I mean? So size, speed, athleticism. You wear the other team down a little bit, and I kind of need to see that from CU in the second half. Oh, my goodness. Come on. You just take the gamble and probably win 50-50. That is not how I work, my friend. And that is why you watch my channel. Because I don't just be like, well, I'll just throw money down on it. Of course, right when the game's about to start, the stream starts acting weird again. I do want to see them run the ball a little bit. Still not making a ton of headway. Yeah. Ooh, watch behind you. Ooh, you all right? So I think it's important here, obviously, that they score, but how they score, I think, matters. There you go. Travis Hunter with a catch. Down inside the 10. I think it's important how they do it. Just winging deep shots is one thing, but in my head, I'm saying I need to see you guys dominate this game a little bit or you're going to be in trouble. If that yowzes for something after the Travis Hunter catch, I'm still behind you. Remember, I see your comments instantly, but I'm probably, with the delay on Twitch, I'm probably like 2 plays behind, 3 plays behind. Little push off there, but you like that from Trav? Shador getting hit again. Oof. I don't think, I mean, you guys probably already know what happens, but you can't settle for a field goal here. And if you don't get it on fourth and force North Dakota to, oh, and it was a pick. Unbelievable. Yeah, that was bad, Cuban Benny. Hit his foot. That's incredible. That is incredible. Oof. Well, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Like, I've seen it go off someone's hands off a foot, back up into the air. I don't think I've ever seen the ball just go directly off somebody's foot. Like, right off his calf. Well, you got to regroup if you're Colorado. I mean, this thing is teetering here. And it happens in football, you know what I mean? But you need somebody to make a play, you know what I mean? It can't. I mean, I just heard Quentin Kestnick say that Shador said you got to score every time. You can't live like that, dog. You can't. That's not a Division I program. I wouldn't say that was dominance by the defensive line, but I'll take a sack there. Get you off the field. It's a big stop. Like I said, the game's teetering a little bit here. And the last couple times the game has teetered, you had a 97-yard field goal drive right before the half, and then a sack and a punt. So at least answering the call, if you ask me. Field that. What are you doing? Oh, God, you just lost 12 yards of field position. I hate when guys do that. Shador, you need to let it go, dog, right now. I need you back. You know what I mean? You guys didn't tell me what you ate for dinner. I mean, I'm a fat kid dreaming about food right now. Brutal. Work text. Come on, it's so late. Really? Yeah, I agree with you, Cuban Benny. It's about time they got to stop. Should have been much earlier. I shouldn't have to be begging for stops, even if it's North Dakota State. It's still a FCS team. Like we gotta wake up a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh, interesting. I think this is the first commercial I've seen for Prime's sunglasses, the blenders. Hmm. Yeah, and that Shador ad in Times Square was cool too. You know what I mean? But that goes back to what we were talking about before, Cuban Benny. It's just, I mean, it has absolutely been an AED for this this program, and it's funny because everybody knew it. Like when they were talking about hiring him, and we're having Jeremy Bloom on, and he's talking about how he called, and told him, he'll get the money. You got to go get Prime. Blah blah blah. Like everybody knew Prime was going to do this wherever he went. He was going to charge that fan base, create a lot of excitement. Um, so it's kind of shocking to me that CU is the one that got him. You know what I mean? Um, and part of that's probably because people wondered if he could do the job. But could you imagine if he was at Auburn or something right now? Miami? I probably wouldn't go to Miami being from Florida State, but all right, Shador, shake it off, dog. I need you right here. There you go. Man, I mean, I don't know if you remember Pat Shermer as a Bronco coordinator, but he is he is running deep concepts right now. All three routes. I mean, that's an all go. That is an all go. None of them are running any. The concept is an all go. I'd love to have Coach on right now to talk about it. That is aggressive play calling. You know what I mean? Which I'm good with. Yeah, they're at least fun, Cuban Benny. There's no doubt about that. But I need them to win football games too. Yeah, I mean most people hated him on the Broncos. I think he gets more hate than he needs to. I don't think he was great, obviously. Um, but I mean, one thing he definitely didn't do was, you know, run a spread offense taking shots down the field. So good, Milk. Can take that with your ND State +7. I assume it's +7. You never clarified. You phrased it as though it was ND State -7, which would be crazy. So I assume you have North Dakota +7. Whew. Like my inklings here is just to start running it and dominate them at 3rd and 3, like pound the rock. Um, but there you go. Hunter with his second TD. Let's go. I mean, start the Heisman campaign. You know what I mean? Both of them. Let's go. Start the Heisman campaign. Yeah, and that's an NFL throw. You know what I mean? It's also an NFL push off, but you gotta have those. You gotta have those. I mean, that's part of the game. You know what I mean? It happens. Milkman, yeah, +7, dude. I'm not that crazy. Well, that's what, dude. That's what you said earlier. You said. Let me go back and find it. You said I took ND by 7, which would be crazy. Cuban Benny, if I was a pro scout, I wouldn't know how Sanders' game would translate at the next level. Guys won't always be wide open down the field. So it's a really interesting topic. I have talked to some people who said that they don't think he's got the processor for the NFL game. I've talked to some people who said that they don't think the processor is the problem when it comes to him not throwing with anticipation all the time. They think it's more of a talent problem, I guess is how I would put it. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what NFL scouts think of him because, I mean, at the end of the day, it only takes one team to like him, you know. No guys won't be wide open, but his pass blocking probably gets better, right? Like his O-line probably isn't getting whipped like they have been for the past 2 regular seasons. I think he's good. I don't think he's great, but I always like the quarterback from the smaller school that doesn't have just a gross talent advantage. Because I feel like that's closer to what it's going to be in the NFL. So when you give me Caleb Williams, I tell you, don't get me wrong, I think he's a very good player. But I just tell you, like, yeah, his O-line was always better than everybody else's. Well, Caleb Williams may be a bad example. But when you give me, like, you know, one of those guys that went to one of the big schools that always had the talent advantage, I just don't feel like they've experienced what it's like to be in the NFL. Now, that comes with the caveat of, you know, you can be on one of those great teams if it's in a great conference. So, you know, Joe Burrow coming out of LSU. Well, LSU, yes, had amazing talent, but they didn't always have the talent advantage. You know what I mean? So, like, guys like Trevor Lawrence scare me coming out, right? Because he plays at Clemson. He only plays a couple big games a year, and he's got the clear talent advantage in the other 8 games he plays or the other 9 games he plays. Shador coming out, man. I mean, he has had to survive. You know what I mean? He has had to survive. So it's it'll be interesting to see how he translates to the NFL. It's going to be a great story next year. Where he gets picked, how he translates to the NFL, what scouts think of him, what coaches think of him. It's going to be really interesting. But this is going to be your problem all year long. I mean, I'd love to see Shadur's stat line. The pick certainly wasn't his fault. And I'm going to guess like 250 yards and 3 touchdowns or something like that. And who are we talking about instead? Travis Hunter. You know what I mean? Like, this, I think, is going to be their problem all year long, especially if they both play well. Going to steal spotlight from one another. It's crazy when they do this, these notable two-way players, because, like, the other people that they highlight have, like, 10 snaps. And Travis Hunter is literally, like, all-time on both sides of the ball. He is just a freak of an athlete. Andy Lindahl, who is the Buff sideline reporter and works at ASR, Cuban Benny knows him. He works at the radio station I work at. He helped me get the job there. he says, like, you watch Travis Hunter and you think he should be dog tired. You know what I mean? Like, he's on the sidelines and you think this guy's going to come off and just be dead. And at the end of the game, he's like, everybody else is tired and he's fine. It's crazy. I mean, he's a freak. He's an absolute freak. Yeah, I agree with you, Cuba Betty. Just the fact that he plays all game is amazing. But the level that he plays those two positions at is absurd. Absurd. I'm interested to see. Same thing as Shador. I'm interested to see what the NFL does with it. You know what I mean? Because he really should. I mean, he is good enough to play both ways. And you make more money as a wide receiver. I don't know. Can you do both? Like I said, he's a freak. Oof. Come on now, CU. You know what I really need is you to get a stop and kind of take control of this game. What you can do, if you get a stop and go down and score another touchdown, it's going to feel pretty heavy. I mean, that place is going to be rocking, and it's going to feel to an FCS school, it's going to feel uncomfortable. Oof. Was that Trav? No. Whoever brought that blitz brought the lumber. I'm about that life. .42. Boom. Block angry. Nice tackle by Travis. Quarterback, I think it's like a 3-year starter milk. He's a dog, no doubt. Yeah, this is where I need you to win. Get him. Oh. That's where I need you to win, though. I need that D line to win on that. I assume that was the play that spurred that comment, Milk. D line is finally starting to win, and that's what I need from them. I think if he follows the money, it depends on how good he thinks he could be. You can make more money as a top 20 wide receiver, but if you're a top 3 to 5 CB, you can make more bank there. Well, I mean, not technically. But the difference is there are, and I think maybe this is what you're pointing at, like there are more corners that get paid than wide receivers. Because, yes, you sometimes have 3 wide receivers on the field, but very often you have 3 corners on the field. So, yeah, I agree with you. It depends how good he thinks he can be. I think don't underestimate the pressure that goes on behind the scenes here. I hear it all the time. With agents pressuring, trying to get their guy to one spot or another. And if there's a team that will let him play both sides of the ball, I think nice play. Was that Shiloh? Sure was. That was a hell of a play. If there's say there's, top 5 picks, right? And the number 2 pick only wants him to play corner, but the number 3 wants him to play both. Like, don't underestimate the agent making that happen. You know what I mean? So it'll be like I said. The storylines for CU. I think you were here at the beginning, Cuban Benny. Like the storylines for CU, whether they're good or bad, like all the way around, it's such an interesting story. Oh yeah, give me a delay game here. Let's go. Because he had that first down picked up. I can't believe it's already almost the fourth quarter. Football's back, baby. Folsom Field, a hell of a place to watch a game. For those of you that watch me from out of town, Milk, Mental. Man, if you ever get a chance, go see a game there. Gorgeous. I'm sure you've been there, Cuban Benny. Based on what you were telling me. Oof. Oh my God, do not let him pick that up. See, and this is where, like, you should never give me control of a football team ever. Because fourth down and 4, I absolutely go for it here if I'm North Dakota State. I'm an FBS school. An FCS school. I'm down by 4. I'm at the 50-yard line. Momentum is swinging. It's more than 4. I still probably go for it. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. The defense hasn't looked great, but whether that CU Buff offense, it doesn't matter if it's 50 yards or 80 yards. Like, I still, you know what I mean? Milkman, Bama is better though. Hey, listen, so my buddy and I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do for streaming this weekend because I'm so glad we're starting the tradition again. We do a trip to a college football stadium and an NFL stadium every year. We pick a weekend. He's an Eagles fan. I'm a Bills fan. So we either go see one of our teams or pick a weekend where neither of our teams has a game. And we go see, a college. It would double up, right? We go to a college game on Saturday and a pro game on Sunday. Yeah, Cuban Benny, it's a ton of fun, man. It really is. And so I've been to Death Valley. We did LSU, New Orleans. I did Arizona State, Arizona for the Cardinals. I did Ohio State, Cleveland. And this year we're doing UCLA. We're going to go see UCLA versus USC in the Rose Bowl because I've never been to the Rose Bowl. And then we're going to see his team. We're going to see the Eagles play the Rams on Sunday Night Football at SoFi. So yeah, Milkman, getting out to Tuscaloosa is a dream. The problem is those great SEC schools and even some of the great Big Ten schools that have like amazing environments, there's no NFL team around there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was an hour drive from Baton Rouge to New Orleans, but that's not that bad. It was like 3 hours from Cleveland to Columbus. But yeah, I mean, I think you're just a fan. I don't think you're from there, Milk, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But what's the closest? I mean, I think maybe Tennessee. Like, I don't know. Is Nashville on the right side of the state? But I'm trying to think what the closest NFL city would be. Houston, maybe. But if we do Houston, we'll probably go like Texas A&M or something like that. And we're both bigger pro fans than college fans. So I don't think we would do a trip that's just a college game. We like the fact that it's a double up. I am going to LSU Bama. And it's night 1, 2, so it's going to be crazy. Oh, it's on night 1. Yeah, that is going to be wild. I can't believe you want to watch Brian Kelly beat Kalen DeBoer. That's nuts. But, we all have our own thing. Whatever you're into. Sadist, I guess, is what I would call that. Is it in Tuscaloosa this year, Milk? Why are you showing me a sweaty old man's neck? What a weird camera shot to come back with. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. Hell yeah. Yeah, if anybody's coming out here for to see Folsom Field, any home game at Coors Field is worth going to because the stadium's awesome, not because the baseball's good. I don't care. I don't care that they don't have home field advantage. Cuban Benny, they deserve it. I purposely did not go for like 3 years after they paid somebody to take their best player. But anyway, I digress. Coors is the best sports bar in town. That is 100% true. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. But okay, you got the first down, so that's fine. So on those plays, and I don't know why more teams don't do it, but the situation is 3rd and 1. You got the clock running out. It will expire before the quarter. You don't have to snap the ball. And when teams just kind of like lackadaisically walk off the field, I hate it. I cannot stand when teams do that. Line up, pick your play, line up, and that way if you get a look you love, take it. And if you don't, let the clock expire. Shador must have thought he could pick that up, so I mean that's fine. But I can't stand when people do that. Milkman, no, I'm from Alabama. That explains a lot. But the closest is the Atlanta, and no, it's at LSU, and no, that's never gonna happen. I don't know what's never gonna happen. Dude, Death Valley was fun, man. I had a great time when we went to see LSU there. Now, I was not an opposing fan, so we'll see how your experience is. But, and yeah, Atlanta is the closest to a bunch of those is the problem, right? And it's, 5 hours, I would guess, from Tuscaloosa, maybe more. So, and if we do a trip to Atlanta, it's like, yeah, do we go see Bama, Georgia, Auburn, Clemson, there's just a ton of options at Atlanta. So like whenever we do make that trip, which we will at some point, it'll be interesting. Cause LSU is dog shit and USC is going to dog walk them. The Bama isms. I know you guys are used to your hounds down there, but listen, I like Lincoln Riley, but what he did last year with that team, uninspiring. Now, I get it. Most rebuilds take longer than the pressure that we're putting on Deion Sanders here. But to say that he's just going to walk into Death Valley and beat Brian Kelly, I'm not ready to do. But like you said, I mean, I love that we get matchups like this early on. We can kind of start to figure this stuff out. Notre Dame, Texas A&M, LSU, USC. I love that we have these. So. Little Caesars, thoughts? For a $5 pizza, I'm just not going to complain. You know what I mean? You should duck race to decide where to go. What are you talking about? Decide. What the college game is when we go to Atlanta. Dude, it's actually one of the fun. Like everybody kind of makes fun of everybody talking about the schedule release every year. It's one of the like most fun parts of my off season is the day the NFL schedules get released. I get to sit there like a detective with the Eagles schedule and the Bills schedule and find the weekends that we can go places and then look up all the colleges in the area and figure out who's got home games and what the matchups are and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, some years it's really apparent. This year it was obvious that USC, UCLA in the first Big Ten victory bell was the way to go. But, yeah. So I was just listening to Prime. Interesting. See, and my urge is to tell these guys to run the ball because that's what I would do. But that's not who you are. You know what I mean? It's not who you are. The walk on, man. Cuban Benny, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Offerdahl the walk on that got a scholarship? Yeah, they were just talking. There you go. Run the ball, baby. Give me that Offerdahl. Give me that 185 pounder right up the middle. Let's go. All right, Cuban Benny. I mean, it depends if the store has frozen pizza for the same price because Little Caesars isn't better than that. Not bad, but not better. Yeah, I'm in the same spot, dog. That's how I feel you on that. Oh, is that going to count as a catch? Catching a fumble? It's important. Yeah, get up there and snap it, Shador. Don't wait. Yeah, man. But like, if I'm ordering wings, right? Like, because of course there's no good wings at freaking pizza places in Colorado. So if I'm ordering wings and I just kind of want like bread and cheese, aka pizza, to go along with with it, yeah, I could buy a frozen pizza and put in all the work to cook it while I eat my wings, or I just swing by Little Caesars and pick up a $6 pizza and deal with it. So, Milkman, who you got in that game, LSU or USC? I'm like I mentioned before, preseason college football. Like I don't know. I don't know. Talking about two teams that lost Heisman Trophy winners at quarterback. So, and inevitably some kid from, wherever. Some kid from North Texas is going to come in and play quarterback for one of them and, be the next Heisman favorite. So like I said, until I actually get eyes on these teams, I'm not crazy about making a pick. LSU because they're home, I think. LSU's at home. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. Take the home team advantage. All right, I got to roll a commercial. I'll be right back. Unless you're subscribed, in which case you're still here. See, Cuban Benny advantages. advantages. I hope that new Star Wars game is good. I played the what was the Jedi Survivor. Did not love that. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. In fact, I don't even think I finished it. I think I quit before I finished the end. I got most of the way through it though. Not for football season though. No. Got too much going on. All right, welcome back, everybody. Milkman, it's boring, Rob, so no. What's boring? The new Jedi Survivor or the new one? The new one isn't out yet, is it? But I did not like Jedi Survivor, if that's what you're talking about. Let's see. The new Star Wars game is boring, Milk? The Outlaws or whatever it is? The Outlaws game? Or are you talking about Jedi Survivor? I was just going to say something too. I don't remember. Like, subscribe, follow. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you found me through social media, if you haven't found me on social media, you see it right here. All game. No reason that you can't give a poor part-time fill-in radio guy a little follow there. You know what I mean? And yeah, if you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, follow, do the thing. Wow, Western Carolina taking it down to the wire. NC State up by 10 on Western Carolina in the fourth. And respectfully, Western Carolina is not North Dakota State. It's hard to get good wings out here. Yeah, you got to know where to go, Cuban Benny. There are a very select few places that I would tell you have good wings out here. Ooh, break that tackle. There you go. Oof, that was a lick. Oh, that looks like he's in a lot of pain. Oh, yeah, his knee turned a real funny way there. Cuban Benny, I think followers will come if you do a hot tub stream. Dog, what you talking about? What you talking? First of all, ain't nobody want to see me without a shirt on. Second of all, ain't nobody want to see me in a hot tub. And third of all, with my luck, some would drop in there and I'd be the first Twitcher to die on a live stream as I got electrocuted in a hot tub. Yeah. Have you seen her versus me? The Amarath lady makes millions a day or something. Yeah. Listen. Fat white guys. We do not get the same kind of, let's say, followings as lady in a hot tub or hot Chinese lady who shows products for 3 seconds and makes literally millions of dollars a day. Or know. There's a million of them. Have you seen that Chinese lady's channel? I don't know if that's who you mentioned. I don't think it is. But have you seen that Chinese lady's channel? She has like gloves on, like football type gloves, because she goes through stuff so fast. She has people feeding her stuff from two sides, and it is like speed dating for shopping. They slide her the box. She opens it. She shows it. She shows the other side. She puts it down. She closes the box. She slides it out. She gets some from the other side. And each one of those is worth like whatever, $1,000, $2,000 or something like that, because she's got so many followers and she makes just buttloads of money. No personality. Not doing anything crazy or fun. Nope. Just, I mean, if it works for you, good for you. Oh, he walked off the field under his own power. Well, that's good. Did not look like he was going to do that. Temple OU will be fun. Oh, look at that lineup. Ugh. Notre Dame, Texas A&M, SC, LSU, and then a Monday night football game with BC and Florida State. Like, let's go. Football is back. Feels good. Feels damn spiffy. Oh. Tried to fit it in there. That's another one of those NFL throws, which I appreciate him attempting. I don't want him to get obsessed with it, proving that he can fit that in there. But Milk, you're just saying that because you're an SEC fan, and you said the same damn thing last year. So chill out, man. Like, come on. The SEC, the gap has closed because they're not the only ones that pay athletes anymore. And you saw that last year. The SEC was down. And we'll see. Maybe they pop back up. But I think it's just going to be the gap is smaller now, and I think it's going to stay smaller. Oh, catch the football. Heck of a throw. Heck of a catch. And why is Shador eating grass again? I mean, what the hell, man? Pick the stun up. I mean, come on. Is that an old school reference, Cuban Benny? Hey, everybody, we're going streaking. Come on, you can bring your hat. Oh, yeah, just run. Just run. What are you doing? There you go. Yeah, and his little do-rag came off too. His little compression hat. Listen, man, if he wants to take it off so he can run to the sideline, you know what I mean? Just get a play. I don't blame him. Oh, Storcio, what's up, dog? Oh, you're synced up with me? I hope not. I'm so far behind. I wish I wasn't, but I am. Hey, I'm totally fine if all you ASR honks want to come bang on my feed for a little while. I'm good with that. Yeah, that was. That's tough though, because that corner who's been going against Travis all game has dealt with a couple offensive push-offs. I won't call them PIs. I'll just call them offensive push-offs. And yeah, I mean, he's up in his face. It's a good call. It is pass interference, but oh no, Storsha, I think you're in front of me, dog. I think you're way in front of me. Because remember, I've got the Twitch delay, and then I'm streaming the game, so like I got a delay on that too. Yeah, I'm on first and goal, so. What game are you watching, Milkman? Storsha, I gotta warn you, Milkman, huge troll. Huge troll. Just wants to be a hater. He's that guy. He's like the early '90s version of the Lakers Cowboys fan. You know what I mean? He's the Niners. I bet you his basketball team is the Orlando Magic. Would be my guess. He's Niners, Alabama Crimson Tide. If I had to guess basketball, I'd say Orlando Magic. And let's see, who was good at hockey in the early '90s? New York Rangers, maybe. Atlanta Braves, definitely Atlanta Braves. Oh my God. Oh, look who else popped in. What's up, everybody? All these ASR kids coming over. You guys, I'd love for you to hang out in my chat. Hi, Better Sweets. I'm with you, Storcio. And if you don't punch it in, I was saying this when they got picked off at the goal line too. If you don't punch it in, you know, I go for it on fourth, and I give North Dakota State a full field rather than kicking a field goal and making it 7. But I'm crazy. Oh, see? Yeah, you guys are ahead of me. But I'm excited to see what happens now. Yeah, I'm with you, Cuban Benny. But I'm assuming it's happening on this play for me, so seconds away. Oh. This does feel a little bit like the college football video game, though. Oh, yeah, that is quite the grab. Ooh, he's lucky he didn't get a flag there, though. I know he didn't do it at the guy, but he spun the ball right at his feet. Yeah, Cuban Benny, man, they've been letting him play. That's why I was surprised they got the pass interference call earlier on this drive. Because Travis Hunter's been pushing off like crazy, and they've been letting the other guy get physical too. 17. Yeah, there should have been a flag. That was pass interference. But who cares? He caught it. 3 touchdowns now. Was the line 10.5 or 11.5? Who remembers? I think it was 11.5. Might have been 10.5. But I do have to say, I wasn't talking noise. I was adamant that coming back from halftime, this Colorado team needed to put their foot down and really kind of establish themselves here. They have more talent. They have the better team. And that is exactly what they've done in this second half. So credit where credit is due. What up, Care Bear? That is absolutely correct. You have made the proper assessment of what just happened. Travis motherfucking Hunter. 3 touchdowns on the night. How have they not flashed his stat line right now? Care Bear, we are, we're illegal streaming all over the place here, so don't feel bad. We're way behind. You are not that late. But yeah, so like I was saying, credit where credit's due to CU. They were, what is that? 14 points, so 2 touchdowns in the second half. Haven't let North Dakota score. 11-point lead and taking control of the thing a little bit. Now they got to keep control of it because, like you saw with New Mexico State versus Montana State last week, these championship FCS teams, man, they know what they got to do to win a game in a fourth quarter. You know what I mean? So you can't let off the gas here. But I'm not excited. I'm nervous still, Store Show. So credit to Travis, credit to Shador, but like I was saying before the touchdown, it does really feel like the college football 25 game. Like the stars are just so much better than everybody else on the field. And I get it's an FCS team, but like even they're better than their own team, even better than their own players. It's crazy. Mental health guy. QB will win the Heisman, but you won't find a more fun, enjoyable player in college football than Travis. Listen, I don't know that that's a guarantee. Everybody keeps saying that, like, oh, only QBs win the Heisman, only QBs win the Heisman. I don't think so, man. You're talking about stuff we've never seen before. It's like Shohei Ohtani, when of course he was going to win the MVP. He was a all-star level pitcher and MVP level hitter. You know what I mean? Like, of course he was going to win the MVP. And I'd say same thing here. Like, Travis Hunter is doing stuff we have literally never seen before. They flash other two-way players, and they're like, oh, here are the other two-way players in college football history. And they have, like, 5 snaps on offense. Like, it's not the same thing. He's a freak. He's an absolute freak. Throwing around some "that's what she said" jokes in the chat. Always love that. Ooh, nice tackle. Yeah, this is bittersweet. This is why I said we got a little ASR reunion in here right now. Which, if you guys want to hang in the channel, that's fine with me. Milkman is our channel troll, so if he says something that pisses you off, don't pay attention to it. Finally, the defense with a stop. While you're here, ASR people. Oh, they're going for it. Oh. Did they blow it dead, though? They had to have blown it dead. Hey, ASR people, while you're here, if you want to give me a follow and a like and maybe even a subscribe, I appreciate it. We're going to do some Broncos talk on this channel on Monday nights with Coach. I do a Bills podcast on Tuesday night. I do game watch-alongs like this where y'all can come just talk shit to Milkman. Sunday mornings we do a NFL preview game. That one's kind of centered around betting, but we run down the whole league. So yeah. Like, subscribe, follow. Love me. Love me. Look at all the belief in the chat right now. Yeah, I mean, Milk, you like to get a rise out of people by talking shit, and so that's what happens. You could be nice to us, and then we'd love you. That's possible. It's against your nature, but it's possible. I think it might be the other way around, Care Bear. I think they split votes, but I think Travis is the one that's closer to winning it than Shador. I mean, I'm telling you, man, what he is doing is so unprecedented. And like, I think it was the morning show guys, or maybe it was Nate and Andy, who talked about the Heisman watch list and how it came out. And like, they put out the watch list and they said like, oh, only quarterbacks win the Heisman, but Travis Hunter is definitely the one that deserves it. That kind of shit doesn't happen nowadays. Like, that happened in the 1950s when not everybody watched every game. Everyone across the country, every Heisman voter is watching this game tonight. And they're gonna be watching a lot of CU Buff football. Now, if they turn out to be really bad or really average, I don't think either of them win it. But if the team turns out to be good, I mean, I think Trav has a real look at it. I really do. What did Milkman say? Would you be nice? We haven't seen a player as versatile as Travis since Jano. We haven't seen a player as versatile as Travis ever. Never happened. And Milkman's a regular on my channel, Marie. He talks a little bit of junk, but he's all right. I think the production crew on this ESPN game is missing the boat, not flashing these statistics. Like, I'm having to go to my freaking app to get stats here. Like, what are we doing? Get him. Finish. Don't let him go. Oof. That made me nervous. Ooh. Look at who subscribed. Thank you, Bittersweets. Appreciate you, girl. Okay, I'm finally at the stats. Shador 24 for 31 for 436 yards and 4 touchdowns, and then that crazy interception. And then, oof, nice throw. Travis Hunter is 7 catches for 132 yards and 3 TDs. And that's going to be the problem all season long. You know, they're just going to, like, if one eats, the other's going to eat. You know what I mean? Nice. Why are you running the football if you're North Dakota State here? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. You're ahead of me, Care Bear, but North Dakota State scores a touchdown, Milkman? Well, that's fine. You might win your bet, Milk. Yeah, your chances of winning your bet went up. Yeah. There he goes. Into the end zone. Kid's a gamer. I mean, he's been playing well all game. He's been making good decisions about when to throw and when to run. He is small, and he does not have a good arm. And he is still, I mean, finding ways to get it done. He's been impressive tonight. It is a one-score game. I hate this commentator so much. Well, they can make it a one-score game with the 2-point conversion. No, it is a one-score game. They can make it a field goal game. There you go. It's a big win. Yeah, Care Bear. That's it. I mean, 2:19. I assume they're going to onside it here. They only got 2 timeouts. Well, you have the 2-minute warning now. How about that? We were just talking about that. You have the 2-minute warning now in college football, so you can kick it deep here if you can get a stop. But I would not. If I'm North Dakota State, I do not think to myself that I'm going to stop that offense. Cuban Benny, it's kind of a shame. I thought Russ would be the perfect QB to valiantly lead the Broncos to draft Sanders with the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, I mean, that would have been the move. That would have, if you wanted to get into the top 5, keeping Russ would have helped you get there, no doubt. Oh, I'm nervous. What are they doing here? What's the move? Show me what's happening. I love that stadium. Folsom is so gorgeous. I wouldn't run the ball, Care Bear. I mean, I know that is the 1950s way to win this game, but that's not how your offense is built, and you got to pick up first downs here. So I'm still doing a passing game situation here. Yeah, I agree with you, Benny. Yeah, I run my regular offense here. I think that's the move. Remember, I'll remind you all that I'm behind you. Emery, I am offered all in the backfield. That is crazy that he is getting these snaps. No, you're fine. Take over my chat. That is literally what I'm here for. So y'all are welcome to come in here, take over the chat, hang out, talk. You just have to listen to me talk too. Care Bear, I was saying earlier, I think before you got in here, yes, their defense is struggling, but we're at the point of the season, especially with college teams, where offenses are going to have the advantage, man. These defenses, they're not used to hitting. They're not used to playing physical hunting. Like, they'll get better. The defense will get better. Yeah, see, that is a running play for them. So I just saw the first down swing pass to Travis Hunter. That is a running play for them. You know what I mean? $50 sucks the defense, not 50 Cent. Not 50 Cent the defense. I don't know what's happening. I know you guys are. Oh, I hope he's all right. I know you guys are scarred from Pat Shurmur because of the Broncos. I got to be honest. His offense today has looked nothing like the offense that he ran for the Broncos, which is a good thing. But you know, it's happening, whether you want it to or not. So root for him to do well. You know what I mean? Because yeah, that's what me said. What up? That's what me said. Thanks for jumping into the channel. I'm on a commercial break. I think you still are too. Even if you're ahead of me for the 2-minute warning, like, subscribe, follow, give me some love. Like I said, we'll be on this channel a lot. Coach will be on this channel Monday nights. We'll do Broncos film breakdown on Monday nights. Tuesday I do Buffalo Bills podcast. Wednesday might be a variety podcast. We'll see if Nina wants to do it or not. But I might be with my girl Nina Blanco on that. Then we'll do watch-along streams for football games. That's what me said. Sorry, me. Not he. Well, that's what me said. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you jumping in. Appreciate you chatting up. We'll do game watch-alongs. We'll do Sunday morning. We do Around the League NFL preview. That is centered around betting. So yeah, if you want to just come in and take over the channel and have a place for y'all to congregate and chat, all you ASR kids, totally fine. If you want to come to the channel and talk shit to Milkman, also totally fine. If you want to come to the channel because you think that that I'm mildly entertaining and might know a little bit about sports, I also love that. Thank you for the follow. That's what me said. So like I said here, you got 2nd and 10 coming up, and I run my offense. I am not trying to kill clock here. They got the 2 timeouts. If you don't run your offense, all you're going to do is burn those 2 timeouts for them, and they're going to have a minute and a half to march it down the field. And with the clock stopping on first downs in college, it's not a situation you want to put yourself in. So you got to run your regular offense. I stand by what I said. I stand with Phil. Shurmur needs to do this. Oh, yeah. There's no way the Automod's going to let you put a link in. Man, if I told you 2 years ago that a CU game was on the big ESPN and Scott Van Pelt's doing the hit for the post-game show, like, none of us would have believed it. None of us. Do you know how hard it used to be for me to find CU games to watch them? Like, some weird Pac-12 network, but only in the mountains. Ugh, just brutal. Another bubble screen. Don't love that call. Call an actual play. The link was from 2021. Was it a sad Sorry Buffs team that you linked into the chat? By the way, the former awful quarterback for CU is the quarterback for Nevada now, and he threw like 2 touchdowns in that game last week that I watched. Brendan Lewis. Yeah, I think Nate and Andy talked about it today, and Andy's like, "What? He threw 2 touchdowns?" And that was like his total for the year when he played with CU. Roddy Jones. I don't know that I've ever heard him do color before. I think he's done a pretty solid job. I do not like the play-by-play guy. I can't do it. And you know me. Normally it's Anne Marie complaining about the play-by-play guy. No, I'm kidding. You got time. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, they'll take a flag there. Yeah, you're going to get it. Yeah, you got lucky. Oof. Oh, my God. How lucky did you just get? So, I mean, if Shador's my quarterback, I'm like, it's just huge minuses on that play. You had plenty of time in the pocket. Stand in there, make your reads. He ends up bailing out early. Then he does run out of time, and he just hurls it up there when you need the clock to keep moving, like, or at least make them burn their timeouts. God, that was so lucky. All right, you're not completely out of this yet. You're not done yet. You don't have to pick up a first down, but because I think there'd be like 10 seconds left here if you just ran it 3 times. Or just take a shot. You know what I mean? Philip Lindsay vents on his usage in Pat Shurmur's offense and fiery interview. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's the reason that he was no longer in Denver, isn't he? Robbie, you're not allowed to hate us. We love you. I love you guys too. Starshio with the follow. Appreciate you, dog. Yeah, I love you guys too. You guys are welcome to come kick it in the chat anytime. The thing is, when we're on the radio, we just kind of let you talk amongst yourselves and we do radio. But when I do a watch along like this, oh, you finally decided to run the ball. How about that? When I do a watch along like this, I'm actually going to talk to you. So, you're going to have to deal with that. Sports Guy Cole, what's good? Really getting the band together here. How about that? Welcome to the channel. Like, subscribe, follow. Like I said, there'll be plenty of football talk on here. Some random talk, maybe some random video games. I was having a ton of problems with the stream earlier today, Storshio, but I finally got it settled. Sports Guy Cole with the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, like, subscribe, follow. Appreciate all the juju. We'll be good there, Rob. You saying you're going to be behaved? I don't know if I believe you. Wow, the prime effect. Yeah. I mean, that's solid. Oh, see, now Store Show, you made me curse my stream. How dare you? It was fine for like the whole fourth quarter. Cuban Betty nailed it. Hey, man, when you watch these illegal streams, you don't even have a choice but to get adult stream viruses. Like, it just happens. X out of 10 different pages as you're trying to just watch a football game. There's Milkman. And that's the other thing that Milkman does. I told you he's a troll and he's just going to say things that try to make you angry. So don't let him bother you. We love him. He's a regular. Milkman, these are all the people that when I fill in on my sports talk radio station here in Denver, they're all in the Twitch for our local sports talk radio station. And they've all found their way here, which I appreciate very much. But yeah, don't mind Milkman. Like, if you just don't let him, like, I'll handle him. You don't have to engage. You know what I mean? Because he's just saying stuff to try to make you angry. Storgy is, it's Storagay, Storgy. That was a good one. Milkman, just mind yourself, okay? Mind your own business. Be nice. You have new people here. Be a nice guy for like 5 minutes. All right, so I just had him run out of bounds with the punt. So 31 seconds, 90 yards. I mean, we saw it last year on this field. Shador did it last year on this field. Not important. Later, Store Show. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Yep, love you too. Play defense. Don't make me tell you twice. What's his touch on doing a shot? Oof. Kara, who are you a fan of? I didn't even know that. And Bittersweets, I don't think you need any more shots. I'm going to be totally honest. Oh. Yeah, I saw that, Care Bear. Who are you a fan of? Be nice, you two. Don't make me come over there. I'll turn this car around. Bishop Sycamore. That's a. I mean, classic. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with grown men beating up on little kids. Oof. Bittersweet. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds dirty. 5 seconds left. I'm about to see this last play, which I think is going to go our way based on your comments. Oh, wow, he caught it. Oh, my God, that's terrifying. Yeah, look at Travis Hunter after that play saying, guys, knock it down. Unbelievable. Oh. I'm so glad it's over. I can't even tell you. Remember, I think it was Storchio said, like, Rob, you don't look happy. I wasn't. I wasn't. So here you go. Here's your smile. Now I'm happy. I'm going to find somebody to play beer pong with. Get it? Getting crazy on a Thursday night. I was so close. Damn, it was going to be funny to see y'all lose, but nope. Yeah, see, I never got that, like taking joy in somebody else's sadness, but you do you, big dog. You know what I mean? It's a hateful life to live. But we know that you love us, Milkman. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep showing up. So here you are. Bye, Bittersweets. Fight, see you down the field, see you must win. Fight for victory, see you knows no defeat will roll up a mighty score. Never give in, shoulder to shoulder, we fight. That was just me reading the text. I wasn't singing. I was just reading what got put in the chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, W. Like, did you just hear me exhale? I mean, that was very much what it was, is a gigantic exhale. Now, listen, I think what you do have to say about this team is you're down 20-17 at halftime, and you come out, you score the first 2 touchdowns of the second half, you take control of the game, and you were figuring it out, but you figured it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree, Care Bear. I mean, that is what you at least have to get to, is to 6, get to a situation where you're in a bowl game. I mean, that's where you're at right now. So, I think they did a good job figuring it out tonight. I never thought it was going to be easy against North Dakota. Like, they are a hell of a program. So, I'm thrilled they figured it out. Let's look at the final stat lines for our 2 Heisman Trophy candidates. Shedeur was 26 of 34 for 445 yards, 4 touchdowns, and that crazy-ass interception. Travis Hunter, 7 catches for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Jimmy Horn Jr., side note, by the way, you got two Heisman Trophy candidates on your team. Jimmy Horn Jr., 7 catches, 198 yards, and a touchdown. Like, let's go. Let's go. The Heisman candidacy is ramped up right now. Those 2 guys are going to be in it. Let's see. NDSU is a great program indeed. Do not forget about that. 100%, Cole. 100%. They not only are a great program, but the consistency, like, everybody said it on ASR today. Like, they know who they are. They know exactly what they want to do, and they came out and did it today. And you just had enough talent to beat them. So, Care Bear, but they got to figure out how some run game. That is no joke. Yeah, and listen, they couldn't figure out a run game against a smaller front. That is a very basic front, too. I mean, they just run a 4-3. It's not anything special. It's not like it's exotic or something like that. So, yeah, they got to figure out their run game, and it has to at least be impactful. But you heard the numbers I said for Shedeur. I mean, over 400 yards passing. Like, that is your offense. You know what I mean? Let's see, Cole. That is a quality win. I don't know if it's a quality win. It was a win you had to have. I don't think it's a joke of a win, right? Like beating most FCS programs would be. Most FCS programs you beat and you'd be like, oh, cupcake, whatever. I don't think it's that. But I also don't know if it's a quality win. I do not care that Pat is an idiot. See, you can't outscore everybody. That's true, Care Bear. They got to figure out something on defense. I think maybe they did a little bit in the second half, figure out something on defense. They played much better. Give Pat a chance. Give Pat a chance. I know you're all scarred from watching him here with the Broncos. Even if you're not a Bronco fan, Care Bear, like, I know you're all scarred from what he was in the past. The offense that he ran today was not anywhere close to what his offenses looked like in New York or here in Denver, or Cleveland. So just give him a chance. But you're right. They're not going to outscore everybody. Cuban Betty says it is a big concern. I assume you're talking about the run game. Damn Care Bear says not sustainable though. Yes, it's not. They have to figure out how to play defense. They have to run the ball. I do think they found a little bit of something on defense, but we'll see. I mean, Nebraska's a good team. Next week's gonna be real. Everyone won't be wide open every game. 100%, Cuban Benny. 100%. But that's where you got to have two Heisman Trophy candidates, right? Like when they were struggling in the first half, it was Shedeur to Travis all day long. You know what I mean? And that isn't going to change. You're going to have the two best players on the field. You know what I mean? So that's your hope. That's your undying hope right there. Cole, North Dakota has gotten the best out of some good the best of some good programs over the years. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I watched them beat K-State. I think they beat Iowa. I watched them take Arizona down to the last second. Yeah, North Dakota's no joke. Hey, Rob is talking now. I was talking before, Storcia. I mean, I was nervous, but I was talking. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't feel great during that game. Not gonna lie to you. Was not great. All right, what else you guys got? Anything for a little post-game meeting here? Why are you angry, Storcio? What's the matter, dog? What's the matter, baby boy? What you need? What's wrong? Doing okay? You all right, baby? Go ahead, talk to Daddy. Let me help you. What you need? I'm watching Travis do this interview with SVP. Why am I hating on who? Who was I hating on? Milkman? I was definitely hating on Milkman. Why am I hating on who? Who am I hating on? Tell me who I'm hating on. Don't just throw stuff out there. Who said when was I hating on you? Somebody had a couple pops. I was never hating on you, dog. Not even once. I gave Milkman a little shit. He was talking shit. But I never even said anything bad about you. So maybe you heard me talking shit about something else. I said I was nervous about this game. Yeah, dog. It's all good. I was not hating on you at all. I don't know. I don't even know what I said that gave you that impression. Like, I can't even think of what that would be. But nothing but love for me. I thanked you for following. It's nothing but love, dog. We're good. Everybody's fine. but it's fine. Dude, that September 7th game next week at Nebraska, huge. Huge game. I mean, that's a huge game. I think all three of the first three games are. At Nebraska, at Colorado State, I think they're games that you have to win if you want to talk about what this team is going to do for the season. Star Show, chill out, dude. I don't know what you all are all butthurt by, but it's all good. I had never had any hate in my heart for you. Nothing but love. I'm not going to hear this Prime interview, I guess, huh? Okay. All right, well, I was waiting to see what Coach Prime said before I got out of here. I appreciate everybody for filtering your way over from the ASR feed. I mean, how about that? I'm down for having you guys in here. You're welcome in here anytime. I appreciate you all. Like, subscribe, follow. Like I said, we're going to be talking football a lot of the nights. We'll do watch-alongs, all that kind of stuff. You guys see the handle? Boop. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do that too. And, yeah, I hope to see you all back here. Oh, boy. Ooh, I just watched a mascot take a digger. You all right? You're all right. All right. I love y'all. And let's see. What's the next stream going to be? I might do a college football game Saturday. We're going to do an NFL preview on Sunday, I think, though. Might be our next one. So we'll be on over the weekend if you're looking for somewhere to park and talk about football. And if you're Storchio or Milkman, talk shit. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. But, yeah, glad football season is back, Cole. 100%. Keith and Benny, it was a pleasure having you in here. I hope you become a regular, too. And, yeah, I love y'all. Have a good night.